This is a ship-to-ship battle, and I wanted to talk just about a couple things. It's hard to see exact maneuvers in the fight, just because of the chaos and the angle. It's hard to record in necessarily. So we can clearly see some fighting going on between Lorson and Douglas and and Olvade and them over here. But a few things just to note as we get going through. Let's fast forward for a second. So the mentality and focus behind a ship to ship battle is kind of twofold. It is a numbers game. Shay actually called it out in her original commentary, where one, there's a battle of attrition going on. Typically, there's a number of lives, and so you can kind of wear people out until eventually you have a numbers game of more people on your side than they can, and then it's easier to kind of overwhelm them. And so you want to play things out where you're not overcommitting to any one particular strike. You're staying here on the line, addressing the line. It forces you to address that line without reaching significantly over to get the kill. So, like Lorson wanted to reach Douglas, it would be a reach, but it exposes you to some cross shots. So there's that, but there's also the quick reaction of perhaps a small push at one point can eliminate just enough people that you have an opening, especially someone who's like further away from the next person that's still alive. And if the rest of your team can push on that, then they can't react. So, like for example, if Douglas was able to eliminate, Lorson and Damien and perhaps Olvade with combination of Ace and Silas there, right? There'd be a small gap that would provide maybe a little bit of space over here in this zone that someone from here could hop over and get the win, as long as the rest of the team was pushing against the line so that they can't just react and jump over and kill them here. Uh, so the two things that I kind of specifically wanted to point out was that as we're fighting, um, another element of this is it really forces you to pay attention to cross shots and taking the blades. So let me see where it's Olvade's. Olvade gets a really solid strike. Again, I really appreciate Shay's commentary on these, um, calling out some of the original kind of notes. So watch how. So Isaac over here is doing great, reaching out for arms, reaching out for things. But if you've noticed the last little bit, let's go back about 10 seconds or so. You're actually going to see Isaac pop out multiple times, trying to reach those things. Okay, waiting, waiting. Oh, little strike. Okay, back. Oh, there's a reach. There's another pop. Okay, so we're waiting for it. We're watching. We're watching right over here. Bam. Okay, that was really good. Let's back it up a little bit. Okay, we've got some. Okay, so again, we're watching right here, and we're watching Olvade right here. So what's really cool about this moment is that as you watch, they get stuck out here. Isaac gets a little bound, reaching a little further, and Olvade sees this as an opportunity to reach out, right? And wham, solid cross shot. Silas's sword is down. Douglas is dealing with Lorson and Damien over here, and so it's a safe bet for Olve to extend a little further and get that cross shot. So really good move. We love those kind of cross shots when they happen. Okay. The other thing that we're going to watch is right here how the scenario finishes. Down at the end is where the fight kind of finishes, and we're going to see from that quick reaction push. Okay. So right here we've got Ulrich, and it's me, Ren, and Edward down here fighting. Okay. And we watch right there, Ulrich died, um, and he took a second to sit down. We have a mid push right here in the middle, but that's still not not how it kind of went. Okay, you can see Edward has started climbing up. Okay, across he goes. And so right now we're essentially fighting and pushing. We've eliminated Ulrich. We're making a quick push in the few seconds that it takes for him to sit down and to res. This is a moment to push because there's a numbers game. We suddenly have one less person on their side or a little fight that's happening. We're pushing, and the reaction time for Edward to step up, push up here. He gets across, but here's Ren coming up, following, pushing as well, and immediately she's thinking, okay, there's people here that are realizing that Edward is on the ground. She gets in a position where she can start defending and addressing him. She's not trying to also get the maneuver. She's protecting Edward, right? She gets as far, she reaches, but it's a cascading effect where this one push from Edward by Ren sees that Blaze and X Guy start driving as well, and it prevents this team from responding to Edward, who's in the middle of counting, which is awesome as a team. It's we don't all have to complete the objective. We see that someone is going for it, and we're going to make the move to protect them, right? And we're keeping them busy. This whole push right here is keeping the team busy, whereas Edward is back here finishing off the fight, right? And that's the hold, right? And there's Edward behind the backup of the team. And so a really good melee, a really good situation from both sides. And these are the kind of things we want to see in these kind of melees.